Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm tilling the soil, that is the ground, because I want to plant corn. I planted some in the other side, on the other side of the compound, yellow corn. The importance of tilling your soil before planting is to make the soil more ready for new planting, from the last time you planted, or if you have not planted in the soil before, to be so hard and one kind. You have to loosen up the soil, till it, turn it, make it loosen up. Like this one, I wet the ground. Then I'm using this cutlass to turn the soil over, prepare it for planting. I'm about done with the tilling. It's just for me to do a bit more. Then I'm going to plant the corn. This is just a small garden, and the tips for this is, like I said, small garden, home garden tip is for you to always till your ground before next planting, or before you plant anything at all. Don't just start putting your maybe your grains or whatever you want to plant like that without turning the soil to loosen it up. So I'll just do a bit more of the tilling, then I'm going to plant the corn. Thanks for joining. By the way, this is purple as papaya. Can you see it? And it's growing right here. So this is going to stay here. And I'm going to plant the corns beside or all around the papaya. Let me do this side as well. I hope you will stay tuned for updates on this corn that I'm about to plant, so that we can see how it's going to do from this inception, as in the planting time, to harvest. I'll be showing you updates. This is the size I'm planting. I planted some, like I said, on the other side of the compound, and I'm going to go ahead and do this, plant the rest. You have to drop like 3-4 grains in the soil. Use the cutlass. Are you seeing it? To just make a hole and drop your grains and cover it up. This is ewedu. Can you see the ewedu? So fresh. So you want to put some space in between the holes you are making, so that when the corn starts growing, the roots will have room to spread without disturbing each other. That's about 7. I'm going to leave it because I've been doing this since morning, and the sun is shining. Like I said, I planted some on the other side of the compound. You will see that one when it's growing. I want to concentrate on this side. God has really blessed us with so many things. especially nature. Look at the quantity of corn that I'm planting. And by the grace of God, I'm going to have a bountiful harvest. I'm not going to stay in the soil or in the ground with this. It's just for, and we're in the rain, we're approaching the rainy season more now. If it doesn't rain in few days, I'll just come and wet it, and it doesn't really take that much time. So, and everything will just come out at the appointed time, without you doing much of anything. It's just a pastime. Like, especially if you have passion for gardening. Once in a while, just small space like this. It's not much, but I'm going to get fresh corn when this is done. Can you see me? Okay. Because I don't know if I hope you are hearing me. But the most important thing is to see what I am doing so that you can replicate it. If you have a small garden, you can even plant in containers. If you don't have space like this, have a deep container, put soil, good soil, plant whatever you want to plant. Especially yams. You can plant yams in sacks, not until you have this big big space before you can do a planting or do garden. I'm going to utilize every space available. Normally, when I do this, when we're growing up, we'll wear something that has pockets, or maybe you put a cross bag or something, then you put your grains. So as you are doing it, you dip your hand inside and you'll be dropping the grains inside the soil. But my grains are right there. So I'll just go grab it once I'm done with the one in my hand. Like I said, this is just like a hobby. At the end of the day, I'm going to get a yield. Bountiful one by God's grace. So let me get more of the corn. I'm going to put it beside me there so that I don't start coming all the way to that side. So you want to try and space it, like I said, so that when it is growing, it will have room to spread. You understand? So that's the way to do it. And once it starts weeding, as in weeds start coming out, you have to weed the garden. That doesn't really happen fast. Like maybe you will not start feeling like, I have to like weed it. It's just something that you need to do when it comes out. But it doesn't do that all the time. You understand? So like this one will take some time for the weeds to start showing. You get. So this is very easy to do, and it's a hobby that will really be beneficial, because the satisfaction of seeing a result of your efforts, something that maybe you didn't even think you could do, and you are doing it. You understand? I don't know if you are still seeing me because the camera, the way I turned it, but if you can hear me, it's still basically the same thing I started on the other side that I'm doing. And there's nobody to operate that camera for me. You understand? My phone is on a tripod. So I'm just dropping the grains in the ground and covering them up with soil. I was growing up, that we used to go to the farm with my father of blessed memory. We don't normally plant on flat surface like this. We would make heaps with holes, make a heap with a hole. So we make lots of heaps. Like, I know how to do it, but I was young at the time, so we weren't the ones doing it. But when our plants are growing, weekends we go for weeding. When it's time to weed, we used to plant so many things: corns, cassava, guinea corn, potatoes, so many things. We were making gari freshly, yam flour. We planted yam as well, cassava flour, dawa. We call dawa vita. That's the guinea corn, the red one. We used to call it dawa vita then, and we planted so much that birds will always invest our farm. You see tons of birds. They'll be chirping, you know. But even though they eat a lot from them, we were still having so much bountiful harvest. And for our corn and the cassava, there were some thieves that will come and harvest before we come at times. That you will see that they will come as if they are the owners of the farm. Harvest so many, especially when you come and you see that your corns are standing up, but you can't see anything. They've harvested it. When you are a farmer, will not just cut a corn while standing up like that. You have to use cutlass to cut it down, then cut your harvest from it. But once somebody is stealing, they'll just grab it and uproot. You understand? That's a very terrible thing. So let me take this to this side so that you can see. I want to do those edges. Like I said, I'm using yellow corn. And I pray that I'll get good harvest from this. So this is the side I'm doing now. Just make a hole, like I said, because I can see some new people have joined me. Thank you for joining. Please give this video a thumbs up. I share so many interesting things on my channel, especially healthy things, how to do things yourself, some food hacks, and some other things. So if you want me to share any other thing that you're interested in seeing, you can let me know in the comment section. So I'm planting corn. I tilled this ground myself for the benefit of those just joining me. And you can always go back to the first part of the video once this live stream has ended. I'll be ending it in the next few minutes because I don't think I have more space here. I don't want these things to get too crowded. So I need to put space in between them. So it's just small garden that I have here. So once they start growing, I might put some vegetables. Do you understand? Because they are not going to disturb each other. Once in fact, even before they start growing, well, I can sprinkle vegetables on them and whatever. I'm going to see if I'll do that. Like I have water leaves on the other side of the compound where I planted some corns before coming to this side. You'll see those ones later. This one is about the corn I'm planting on this side. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon, depending on where you're watching me from, maybe evening, depending on where you're watching me from. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I think I should put on I still have some corn left. It's much left. So what I'm going to do is I'll just look for available spaces, maybe small spaces. I can drop it in. If I see any other space at the end of the compound there that I told you about, I mentioned, I'm going to drop it. I don't want to plant under this, let me raise the camera up a bit, this orange tree. I don't think it's a good idea for the corns to have shade. That's why I'm planting on just this side. But on the edges like this, it's still okay. So I'll just try and drop some there. Some of the ground is so hard, even though I tilled it, some are still so very hard. I wet the ground before tilling, and I'm using cutlass. If I had a shovel or something, it would have made a big difference. But like I said, just using this cutlass. I don't know if they even know the whereabouts of shovel. So let me just do what I have to do. I'm dropping like 3, 4 grains. At times, like 7 will drop inside. I'll just leave it. I just leave it. They'll come out together. At times, it's not all of them that will grow. And if you are lucky, they will all grow. But it's not good to drop just 1 or 2 in case they don't really grow as much as you want or you expect. So it's good to have like 3, 4 grains in a hole. So I think that should be all. That's what I've got left. This is your farmer, small gardener. Look at the way I'm sweating. Well, I really enjoy it. So once I'm finished doing this, I'll just shower and I'll be good. Please give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, I will appreciate that very well. I'm going to show you the other side once that one starts growing. But for this one, this is about all. So now I think you know how to till your ground. So let me just move this to the side. I mean, move it back a bit so that you really have a feel of the way the ground is looking. You can see that the soil is loosened because I wet the ground, put water, then I used my cutlass to turn the soil over. That's tilling. You can have a tiller, something that you can use to till, or if you are doing by hand, you use cutlass, or you can use hoe or shovel. But this is what I used. So the soil is loosened and wet, and I was able to plant yellow corn by the grace of God. It's now left for nature now, rain, everything, and for it to do everything to do their thing. And I'll show you the progress, like I said. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe. Be blessed. Bye. I love you.